Howdy, folks, and welcome to another episode of Inside RIC Athletics. I'm Cody Chalifoux, and today I'm joined by the head coach of men's basketball, Tom Glynn. Tom, thank you so much for coming down and spending a few minutes with us today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Of course, and you guys get underway as you're watching this interview right now against Rivier at home, and season's right around the corner. And how excited are you to get another year under your belt?
I'm excited as always. Another season. Opening night's always cool. It's always a special time of year. College basketball season tips off. So excited to get going. Got a great young group and excited to get going. Yeah,
and a great group, and a group that returns a few players from last year, a few really key players in Cheyenne Darby, Usman Karuma, and Xavier Landers, but has a lot of new faces as well through the transfer portal, through just being freshmen and elevating themselves up. And to talk about this group that you have this year and kind of talk about how the season's going to go with Cheyenne leading the charge and all those new faces kind of plugging in.
Sure. Yes, so 3 returning starters. We kind of ran heavily a year ago, all back this year. So Cheyenne Darby, three-year starter, 3-time first-team All-LEC player. So obviously a very talented guard. He's already scored over 1,500 points. So as a ton of him again this year, as always. Usman Karuma, who's been awesome in both of our 2 preseason games, is really going to take a big jump this year. I've been on him really hard all preseason. We're taking a big jump, and so expecting a lot out of him this year. Xavier Landers, senior captain, leader. So those 3 can be the catalysts. And then we got a few young guys who are very talented, a few young freshmen. Victor Rodriguez, local player, freshman. Nate Maldonado, very good player out of New York. So those 2 young guys can come in, as well as transfer Noah Waters, shooter out of Connecticut, AIC transfer. And then Mitchell Nareska with a great 2-year career at CCRI. Another kid out of East Providence and CCRI. So got a good mix of transfers and some freshmen, and then Devon Jenkins. One team's ready to go, lefty guard, who should help us a ton as well. So got a good group, and Anthony Rivera also had a very good preseason. So got some freshmen, some junior transfers, and some senior players who have been here. So yeah, it's a good mix of guys right now.
Yeah, it's a good mix of guys. A few transfers who are juniors or below that, and a good class of freshmen coming in. 2 of your top 3 leading scorers aren't on the team this year, whether by graduating or transferring. So there's a lot of points you got to make up, and this is a very good offensive team. Seeing you guys last year, you guys can put up points with the best of them. Right. You have a bunch of confidence that all those younger guys and new guys are going to come up and make a difference there.
Yeah, so a little bit different style of play this year. As last year, we had Keyshawn Jacobs, who's probably one of the best shooters in the country. He shot over 40% from 3. So him and Cheyenne were quite the dynamic backcourt last couple of years. So a little different style of play. Obviously, losing Keyshawn, we play a little differently. So focus is more a bit on defense this preseason, as well as kind of playing a little bit more inside out. Going through Usman, Mitch, Xavier a little bit in the front court. But so don't quite have that firepower we had a little bit a year ago with obviously Keyshawn, but playing a little bit differently, but still exciting style of play.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. And speaking of the defense, one of my favorite players to watch is Xavier Landers. And I know, like, if you look at the stats, it doesn't pop off the sheet, but if you watch the game, he's always talking, always barking, moving people around defensively. How awesome is it to have a kid that's that selfless and just wants to play defense and wants to do whatever it takes to win? And how awesome has it been coaching him the last couple of years?
No, he's awesome. He's your favorite player to watch?
Probably my favorite player to watch.
He's my favorite player in the whole program. So,
there you go.
Yeah, no, he's the best. He's the best. Leader, 2-year captain. He makes our defensive calls. He's great with the young guys. But no, he's one of our leaders on D. He makes some big time clutch plays defensively, and makes plays throughout the game that you may not see in the stat sheet. But unbelievable leader. Great teammate, just a great person, and it's just one of the great people that you come across during your coaching career.
Right, and on the bench with you guys in the coaching staff, you have a new addition, Coach Romano. And what was it like bringing him in? Did you have a prior relationship to him, and what was that decision to bring him onto the staff?
I did. So Coach Romano's got a great reputation here. He's an assistant here. Actually, 2 previous regimes. Worked for both Bob Walsh, Mike Burns here as an assistant. He's got a ton of experience at a bunch of different stops in college basketball. We've known each other, I would say, working camps over the last 10 years and see him on the recruiting trail, and I know what he's done. He's very good coach on both sides of the ball, especially defensively. So him and Coach Josh Blam doing a great job with the guys defensively as we put in some new schemes this year.
Awesome. Before we get you out of here, I know you're a busy man, got a lot of things to do. Just overall goals for the season. What do you want your Anchormen to be accomplishing at the end of the year?
Yeah, to just take a jump again this year. I think last year we got off to a great start. Had some hiccups in the middle there with some COVID pauses, but this year just take another jump, finishing that ideally in that top half of that LEC top 3, get the young guys ready throughout November, and have the team clicking by the time we start LEC play in December. It's kind of the goal. We got a tough schedule early, especially this week. We got 3 games this week and some really good opponents coming in here. They're going on the road on Saturday. So it's going to be some tough tests early. And then, but yeah, just looking to see our young guys get better, team get better as a whole, and hopefully things clicking by December.
Well, Coach, basketball's in the air, and I'm very excited to watch you guys this year again, and good luck the rest of the way.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Inside RIC Athletics. I've been Cody Chalifoux. Thank you so much for watching that interview. We have more on the way, so make sure to go to goanchorman.com to find any interviews that you might have missed, any interviews in the future. Make sure to go to goanchorman.com as well to look at the varsity schedule and see what games are going on, when they're going on, if you can make it, or if you want to watch at home. And again, we thank you so much for supporting RIC Athletics. Go Anchorman.